Hi, welcome back to my channel, Mel Stampin' Gallery. I'm Melanie, and for today's video, I am so excited to share with you something that I have been working on, and that is my card workshop that is designed to coordinate with a scrapbooking workshop. And this month, the focus is on the Seaside Wishes Bundle. Now you can find the Seaside Wishes Bundle here in the catalog on page 73, and of course it is online as well. But you can see with the Seaside Wishes Bundle, you get the stamp set and the 3D embossing folder. Now the cool thing about that embossing folder and stamp set is, just let me show you here, you get the 3D embossing folder, and I will show you in a second how this all embosses and cuts out. All right, and then you also have the Seaside Wishes stamp and die set, which has, of course, the different stamps, but then it also has the different die cut images here. And this die is designed to cut out these images once you have embossed them, or you don't even have to emboss them, but it is designed to lock right in place there. And then when you put your cardstock in and then you run it through your embossing folder or your die cut machine, it will emboss and cut out those images. And let me show you what one of those images looks like right here. That's one of those stamped and embossed pieces. And now I'm going to use these products today to make this lovely card, which is part of my card workshop. And stay tuned and I will show you the rest of those at the end. So let me get this all prepared and I'll be right back for you. Now today's card is a top fold card, and I'm a former kindergarten teacher, so we call that a hot dog fold because it looks like the length of a hot dog bun. So let me show you a little trick. Instead of cutting and then scoring, and I saw this online from someone, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was. I'm going to score first and then cut. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I know that I'm going to cut at 4 1/4 on my long or my short edge of my cardstock. So I want to score the paper in half the long way at 5 1/2. All right, so let me pull out the arm of my cutter. And I love my Stampin' Up! Trimmer because not only does it have the cutting blade, but it also has the scoring blade. So I'm going to put that in at 5 1/2, drop down the arm and lock it in place. And then I guess that kind of looks like crumb cake, doesn't it? That is the scoring blade. So I'm just going to run that up and down a couple of times to give it a good score. Then if I just rotate my paper 90 degrees and put it at the 4 1/4 and cut, then with the, that kind of looks like early espresso, doesn't it? I have 2 perfectly scored and cut card bases ready to make 2 cards. Now I've gone ahead and cut my very vanilla piece to 4 by 5 1/4, and that will just make a nice frame on the base. So I'm going to take my stamp and seal. You can see I've used a piece of scrap that I had in my pile. These were from my son's wedding invitations. It must have been an extra piece that I had. Okay, so that just means don't throw away any of your scraps, right? Okay, and then we're going to line that up and make the 2 bases. Now, like I said, I am so excited to be making these cards for you today because they are part of my card workshop, which I am offering for free with a minimum $60 purchase, and I will tell you more about that in a minute. But now I want to go ahead and show you how to emboss, dry emboss, and cut these images. To make the main focal point on the card, the panel, I'm going to cut that down 1/4 of an inch smaller than this vanilla panel here. So let's see, that was 5 1/2 or 5 1/4, so now it'll be 5. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and scoot this one over and make that cut as well. So make that 5. All right, and then I will put these two together because I can make 2 at once. And that other vanilla panel was cut at, let's see, 4. So this one will be 3 3/4. All right, so I've got 2 pieces there, and I may as well go ahead and do the other one while I have it out. At, again, what did I say? 3 3/4. So we'll scoot that over. I like this trimmer because that is locked in place. So I can't lift it up and it won't scoot around. But to lift it up and unlock it, I just grab it from the top and open it up. So that's really handy, like if you're going to a crop and you want to take your cutter with you, that will lock in place and it won't flop around in your bag. All right, I'm going to get my die cutting machine to show you how to emboss. I've got my, this is the Spellbinders Platinum 6 die cutting machine. I believe, I'm not sure, that it's very similar to the Stampin' Up! Die cutting machine. And I will have a link for both machines down below in the description box. Now, according to my Spellbinders sandwich recipes, I want to follow the directions for how to build a 3D embossing folder sandwich. Now, every machine is different, so make sure you check the directions for your machine. But this one says I'm going to start with my platform base, which is this, and then I am going to put my embossing folder with my cardstock inside on the folder, and then it says to use the plate D adapter plate to put in there. So you're just gonna give it a little push until the handle starts to turn, and then I grab a hold, and it is tight because it is a big thick folder and it might pop at the end, so I apologize if it does. Yep, it did. It made that pop, but then when I pull it out, you will see that beautiful deeply embossed image. Now, while I have my die cutting machine out, let me show you how to now cut the image. So I've got my die here, and I'm going to open up the folder, and let's see, there's the big starfish, and I'm just going to line it there, and I could feel it pop or just kind of drop into place like that. Then I will take my piece of cardstock and put it on top. All right, and just kind of hold it in place with your thumb, close it up. All right, and then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to follow the same sandwich that we used for the embossing and run it through our die cutting machine. And again, it's going to be tight, so hold on to it and give it a good crank and wait for the pop. Okay, now let's open that up and see what we have. There you have it. Isn't that so cool? All right, and then of course this stamp set comes with stamps so that you could stamp your cardstock first, and then, how cool would that be, run the stamped image through here and get the stamped and embossed image at the same time. All right, let me clear this up and come back. I've got the different pieces here for the card front, but I want to make them stand out a little bit more, so I'm just going to take my domed sponge topper and put it on my handle, and I'm going to take my crumb cake ink, and I'm going to sponge the edges, and I'm also going to sponge that those die cut images. Now, while I'm doing that, let me tell you about my card club, or not card club, my card making workshop that I am offering to you for free. Well, how do you get it for free? Well, all you have to do is visit my website, and I will have the links down below, and place a minimum That's a tongue twister of a word. A minimum $60 purchase. Okay, so when you do that, I will be more than happy to send you the PDF file for instructions for making this card, as well as 3 more beautiful cards, and I will show you those at the end of this video. So I will be more than happy, like I say, to email you that card making workshop that I created with this bundle. Now, the fun thing is, not only do I have a card making workshop, but if you are a scrapbooker, which you probably are if you're watching this video, I do have a scrapbooking workshop as well. So the same thing, if you go ahead and if you purchase, make a $60 minimum purchase, which would be the cost basically of this bundle plus some designer series paper, which the scrapbooking workshop will use the Country Woods designer paper. So if you purchase those, you know, the bundle, this Seaside Wishes Bundle and the Country Woods designer series paper, you will have everything you need, and the other cards that I will show you in a minute use that paper as well. So you will have everything you need, plus a few things that you probably already have, like the ink and dimensionals in your craft room stash. So like I said, you make that minimum purchase. I will send you the PDF for either the card workshop or the scrapbooking workshop for free. Now, what you want to do is, once you make your purchase, make sure you contact me, and you can do that right on my website when you place your order, and just let me know if you want the scrapbooking workshop or the card workshop. If you want both, the card making workshop and the scrapbooking workshop, then you just need to make a minimum, that's a tongue twister, a minimum purchase of $75. So I've got the pieces that I need. I haven't adhered anything down yet, but the next thing I need to do is put my sentiment on the front. And as I was working on this, I thought, why don't I use this extra piece up here that was created when I die cut out the sand dollar images. Now, of course, hindsight, I should have stamped that first, but you can still stamp over it, and I did down here, and the color is a little bit lighter, so I thought, let me take a darker color. And I've got, this is baked brown sugar, but like early espresso would be a good dark color. Toffee from Close to My Heart if you're using your Close to My Heart inks. And I'm just going to stamp up close to the top here over that embossed image. Okay, and that didn't turn out too bad, but like I said, if I had stamped it first and then embossed it, it would have been even better. So let's put that ink pad away. Now all I need to do is, let's see, let's just tear this off here, so that will give me that kind of an organic look that I like. All right, and then I will snip that with my paper snips. Now let's see, to tie this little bit of twine right there, I'm using my linen thread from Stampin' Up, and I found it's kind of easier to maybe put a little bit of your adhesive on the back here, just to have a place for so your thread doesn't move around. But what I do is I leave a little bit of a tail on the top, then I wrap it around 1, 2, about 3 times. Okay, then I've got that tail, and I will cut like that, and then I can just bring it up and tie my bow or my knot or whatever it is I want to tie. And that is tied now. I should have thought about this before, and I actually did it on the sample to make that stand out a little bit from the background from the sand dollars. I did sponge the edges up a little bit with my darker brown ink. In this case, like I said, it's the baked brown sugar, which is an older color from Stampin' Up. But any of those, crumb cake, of course, is a good one. Toffee, like I said, from Close to My Heart is a good one, a good brown, or Acorn. All right, so we've got that sponged up, and we'll go ahead and adhere this all down. Now everything is about where I want it. I'm just going to use my tweezers, and I'm using some mono liquid glue here to get that in place. So I'll just scoot that in with my tweezers, and then I will do the rest of them the same way. Now to adhere the saying down, I will go ahead and use my Stampin' Dimensionals to put that down. All right, let's put that on the front. One more thing to finish it up. Let's put some little gems around it. A couple up here. These are, excuse me, some gems that I had from my stash. I think it was from the Close to My Heart. It was a Christmas card making set. Silver Bells, the dots from the Silver Bells collection. All right, let me clear all this up and I will show you all the cards. Let's get all this out of the way. So there's the first card. And this is the card that we did in my club, my card club, with my ladies that came this month. And then let me bring in those other 3 cards to show you. Like I said, if you are interested in getting the PDF cutting guide instructions for these cards, all you have to do is place that $60 order and email me and say you want either the cards or the scrapbooking workshop, and I will be glad to send that to you. Also, one more thing I want to say, when you join my team, you will automatically get the card making workshop PDF for free. Also, if you live locally in the Akron, Ohio area and would like to join me, once you place your order, then you are free to join me on the 24th of August, and we will be putting our kits together. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed these cards. Don't forget to go down below and place that order and tell me I want the scrapbooking workshop or I want the card making workshop. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye-bye.